Hey guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we're on Bedrock Edition. And the reason we're on Bedrock Edition is because I want to talk about the parity. But now in recent updates, Minecraft is focusing on making the Bedrock Edition a little bit more like Java. Java devs are also doing that, but the Bedrock devs seem to be focusing on it more. And the features they are focusing on are bigger features like hardcore mode, spectator mode, banners on shields, and even the ability to crawl in one block spaces. But there are so many features that Java Edition has that Bedrock doesn't. Now there is also the same vice versa, but the features Bedrock are missing are way more talked about than the features Java are missing. So let's cover some of the features Bedrock are still missing. So the first one is a category, and that is commands. Bedrock are missing quite a lot of commands that Java have got in recent updates. For example, the /seed. Now this has been in Java for quite some time, and all this would do is if you type /seed, it would give you the seed of the world. Now that is not a command on Bedrock Edition. You can get the seed of the world by going into your settings and then into your multiplayer or game. And I think your seed is shown right here. But it would be cool just to have the seed shown in chat when you do the command. Now that's not really that big. The biggest command that a lot of people really want on Bedrock is the /tick command. Now the /tick command basically allows Java players to freeze the game, stopping entities from moving, stopping things like TNT from exploding, and stopping anything in the game from ticking. And inside of Java you can freeze the game, you can unfreeze the game, you can even sprint the ticks, so the game basically runs at a quicker pace. Now there are a lot more commands that are not in Bedrock, like the attribute command, so you can customize players' attributes. And also, I'm not too sure if you can easily edit players' attributes in Bedrock Edition, although I'm not too sure about that. There are also a lot of commands that Bedrock has that Java doesn't. For example, the camera and camera shake. There is also the event, mob event, and script event, which these basically allow you to control events like raids. And then one command I really would like to see in Java is the play animation. This basically lets you play any animation inside of the game on any entity. So for example, you can make the player do the pigling celebration dance. But commands have a lot of different parity issues. But the next thing that I think Bedrock really does need is the ability to show durability. Now I think you can do this with add-ons and things like that. But inside of Java, you can literally just click a key, which will then show you the durability for the tools in your inventory. And it will show you a percentage or a number. So for example, if a diamond sword had 2000 durability and you had hit 7 times, it would show you that. Inside of survival mode, all you can see is a bar. It doesn't show you the number of how much it has left. And this is really useful because if a tool is very low, you can see exactly how many uses the tool has left. Now this could be simply done with the same way you can enable commands. So it could be inside of your game settings somewhere. So there could be another option somewhere down here where you can enable advanced tooltips or even enable durability. As I know Bedrock Edition don't really like having keybind set, for the simple fact is it has to support mobile, consoles, PC and things like that. Now one thing that I really thought was in Bedrock Edition until I was doing this video is subtitles. As far as I can see, there is no way to get subtitles inside of Bedrock Edition. You can get text-to-speech, so it will read settings out for you. But inside of Java, you can have the ability to have subtitles in the corner. So if a zombie makes a sound, it will show you in a text bar. And I really thought Bedrock had this, but it doesn't seem like they do, unless it's just somewhere hidden where I can't find it. But you would really think it'd be an accessibility, as that is what it should be classed under. But the reason Bedrock really does need the ability to have subtitles is not just because it's good for people who maybe can't hear, but it's also useful in other ways. For example, to tell the direction of a cave or a mob, as I use it in pretty much every single video that I record on Java, as it just makes finding certain things in the world a lot easier. Now with hardcore and spectator mode now added, the next biggest thing that I think people want is the ability to dual wield. Inside of Java, you can have items inside of your inventory slot right here, as well as in your hand. meaning that you can basically place torches down while holding your sword, or you can do certain actions like placing blocks while holding your sword. Now inside of Bedrock you can use this hand, but it's mainly for things like shields, totems on dying, arrows. You cannot use any item within this slot like you can in Java. Now I have heard that they are working on making this slot usable, as I have seen a few videos where you can like do some kind of cheaty thing that lets you use this slot as a normal slot. But hopefully that is one of the next things they add, as that would make playing survival mode on Bedrock a lot easier. Because simple things just like being able to put your food in your offhand so you can eat while attacking things or eat while running. Now this next one I'm going to mention, but I don't know if this is basically a Bedrock parity or a Java parity, and that is the ability to build on the Nether Roof. Inside of Java, you can do some cheaty hacks to break the bedrock, and then when you get up here, you can place blocks up here, meaning that you can build things like gold farms, hoggling farms, ghast farms, without the need to spawn-proof a load of space below the Nether. Now, being able to build on a Nether Roof in Java is very cheaty, because it basically removes the whole spawn-proofing and mining out blocks. But as far as I'm aware, no dev has ever said that it's considered a bug, and I'm not too sure what Bedrock devs currently think of making the build height higher. It would definitely be a good thing if Bedrock players could somehow break through the bedrock. I know there are a lot more bedrock breaking bugs in Bedrock, which would make sense because it's Bedrock Edition. But it'll also be good for people who don't like the Nether, the mobs part of the Nether. You can then have your Nether hub just on the Nether Roof, so you don't have to deal with any of them mobs, just so you can travel between areas. Bedrock does also have some missing items. For example, the spectral arrow is not on Bedrock Edition. This is an arrow that you can get from button with piglings in Java. I think you can also craft it, but I'm not too sure about that. And this basically gives the mob the glowing effect. Now, by the looks of it, the glowing effect isn't on Bedrock either, as if I type in glowing, nothing shows up. So it would be really cool to get spectral arrows. They're not really that used. I think they're mostly used for the simple fact is they're easier to obtain if you have a barter farm. If you have like a skeleton farm, then spectral arrows are not really that useful unless you are building something like a mini game or just shooting random mobs and you want to see them behind blocks for a few seconds. Now there are also other missing items like the furnace minecart. I'm pretty sure one of the devs said that it currently don't really function well in Java and it should have been removed. So I don't know if that will eventually be removed from Java, or if it will be added to Bedrock and maybe be reworked in a future update. And then one bonus thing that I want to mention before we end is some missing mobs. Now, these mobs are not obtainable inside of survival mode in Java, but you can still get them with the commands. Now inside of Bedrock, you cannot get these mobs inside of survival mode or with commands. You cannot get the illusioner inside of Bedrock. You also cannot get the giant. You can get the zombie horse though. The zombie horse can be spawned. Once again, I don't really think it has a function. But anyway, that is some Java features that Bedrock could really do with. And I think the majority of them will probably come in future updates, as Bedrock devs are pretty good at focusing on parity. But anyway, if you did enjoy this video, do leave a like and subscribe. If you'd like me to cover some Bedrock exclusives that Java needs, then do let me know in the comments. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.